Well, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to another reaction video. I'm currently getting over a cold, but for some reason my voice has decided it wants to disappear. But that will not stop me from reacting to videos anyways. And today is another fan request, viewer request, fan whatever. It is Dave Diepold. David Diepold hat mir das gefragt. So let's see. So not exactly the song, but I'm just gonna take. I'm guessing it's the most recent song. Cognizance, Aeon Sickness drum playthrough by Dave Diepold. Now I've seen this guy. I think he played some Nile covers. Ridiculous drummer. Very good. A lot of that single foot blasting going on. Really good. Let's check him out. Oh, before we get into it, links in the description. There is, I have a Patreon. It's on my other, so I have another channel that I review cameras, cameras and photography and all that. And I have a Patreon, so I put everything under one umbrella. So it's the Patreon for my other channel called Tech and Pics. So if you find it, if you have the possibility, go ahead, donate anything you can. Click on any of the Amazon links in the description if you want to buy anything. You don't have to necessarily click on the link and then buy that item. You can also buy anything else. I still get a percentage. It doesn't cost you anything extra. But yeah, links in the description. And as usual, let's check out this video. I stop it immediately because I'm noticing his setup and his toms are pretty much, not only are they almost flat, but they're really high. Looks like my volume is not high enough here. Let's turn up my voice. So they're very high up and they're very flat. That's too high. So, and they're very flat. I will never understand how drummers play like that. I've tried, out of curiosity once, I've tried that once. And you have to like really raise your hands above, what you usually raise them up. Also, his snare is really high. That is just really high. So right there, I talked about this also in one of my previous videos. That ride pattern. I think I don't know who exactly started it, but the first place that I heard from it, Derek Roddy. He started playing these blast beats, and then so just straightforward blast beats, one leg, one one shot, one kill, and dying fetus, by the way. And he does this ride on this what do you call it? This pattern on the ride. He does this ride on the ride. This pattern on the ride, which sort of I think it's a jazz pattern if I'm not mistaken. I don't know because I don't play jazz. Stop. What the hell was that? Look at his hand on the snare. He's using the push-pull technique. Geez, I have a... Got one of them sticks right here. So notice he's not playing like that, just straight up and down, using his fingers or using his wrists. He's playing the push pull. So what it is, you go down with the stick like that by opening your fingers, and then you pull it back up, and then as it goes up, you have the second hit. So da 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 da. I mean, I don't really have anything. You hear that? Da 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 da. You see that's 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's the push pull technique. I don't use that. He's doing that with blast beats. I don't know how he's doing that. I've tried so many freaking times to try and practice that. I have no idea how to practice that. I don't even know where to start. I do use the push pull technique when I play double stroke rolls on the snare or on the toms, but he's incorporating that into a blast beat. I don't even know how he's doing that. There are other drummers who do use it. They say it's I think Hellhammer also uses it. It's a very efficient way to do blast beats, but I don't even know where to start practicing that. Look at his hand on the snare. Another thing is I'm noticing that while he's doing the sixteenths on the snare, he's just following along those eighth notes on either the ride or the hi-hat. So he's not really, pounding away the sixteenths. I mean, I'll be honest with you, on a hi-hat, it doesn't really make any difference. I mean, I don't think, because it's such a washy audio signal, that can you really tell if you're doing eighth notes or sixteenths on it? I don't think so. But on the ride, I noticed before he was doing that too. One foot, wow. This thing on this beat here on the toms here, it sounds like your classical Slayer. 1 foot. I think that's called the bomb blast. I always confuse the bomb blast and hammer blast, but I think that's called the bomb blast. He's doing it with 1 foot. Wow. That push pull technique. So I'm trying to pay attention to his legs, to his technique, his foot technique, and it really seems like he's using the hip flexor technique, which basically the top part of the leg, the part of the leg that connects to your ass, between the knee and your ass, that part there is going lightly up and down like this, because the connective muscles going down into your foot are doing this on the pedal. So if you notice, his feet on the pedals are doing that, while it seems like the rest of his leg is still, but it's not. He's flexing the top part of his leg, which is going down into his shin, and tightening the muscles in his shin. So the whole leg part where the shin is, not just the shin, there's not really going on in the shin, that pretty much make his foot do this on the pedal. just his foot. You see that's the pedal there? His foot. So it's doing this motion here. Notice that. You look, you can see the top of his, I don't know if I can, like the top of his leg here is slowly doing this, like literally slowly like that, because he's just moving a certain amount of muscles, which is making his leg, top part of the leg go up and down, which is making his whole bottom foot just pivot like this. I'm also noticing that his main hi-hat, so the one here, the main hi-hat on this side, it's so far over. Like, the snare is here and his hi-hat's like, oh, way over there. That's that's for a couple of reasons. One, because he has the second bass drum, but there's that clamp where you can clamp the hi-hat to the bass drum. But the problem there is that he has the, it looks like it is is that 8, 10, and 12? The smaller rack tom is way over there, so there's no way that he could get his hi-hat closer. But I'm also noticing that he has a smaller hi-hat above his main hi-hat. So he probably plays that open-handed, that smaller hi-hat on the top, and he plays the other regular one closed-handed. Yeah, see that? He's reaching over there really far to his hi-hat. That's way too far for me. I mean, I'm sure he's used to it, but like not that much of the stick is actually hitting the hi-hat. Is it? Oh, wow, it's done. That was fast. Jesus. So, yeah, David Diepold is, let me just remove that. So, David Diepold, sorry about that. It's just that, yeah, it's just distracted by that. Amazing drummer. Really an amazing drummer. Really interesting, the push-pull technique, which it seems that more and more drummers nowadays are using to be able to blast beat at much higher speeds. I don't know how to do it. That's probably why his snare is so high. Because the push-pull technique, it works much better when you don't have to, lean forward, or when you don't have to, your arm doesn't go down much. But when you can keep your arm at a comfortable height, that instead of having to rely on this when your arm is lower, when your arm is higher, it automatically turns into this direction, which a lot of times, do I have something hard here I can hit on? Like this pile of post-it notes. See, that's the push-pull. That's the extent of I have no idea how he's doing it. There's no rebound on this, by the way. Push, pull, push, pull. So that's what he's doing, but much faster and much more comfortable or blur. But yeah, David Diepold's a beast. I saw his song play the first time when he was covering one of the, or I think he covered two of them, Nile songs. And Usually Nile songs are difficult to cover. If you're doesn't matter if you're starting from the Derek Roddy era, Tony Laurano, which is ridiculously impossible to play, and to the later George Calais. George Calais is very technical, but he's ridiculously fast. And I only saw this guy pull off George Calais Nile covers effortlessly. I haven't even seen George Calais pull them off that effortlessly. If you want me to be honest, real good drummer. I don't know if he's actually playing in any famous bands like any other drummers, but definitely go check it out. So that's it. The video is much shorter than usual. Check out the links in the description. I'll see you in the next video. How do I